Little Jenny Wren. Little Jenny Wren fell sick upon a time. In came Robin Redbreast, and brought her cake and wine. Eat well of my cake, Jenny, drink well of my wine. Thank you, Robin, kindly, you shall be mine. Jenny she got well, and stood upon her feet, and told Robin plainly she loved him not a bit. Robin, being angry, hopped upon a twig, saying, "Out upon you, fie upon you, bold-faced jig." The Old Woman and the Peddler. There was an old woman, as I've heard tell, she went to market her eggs for to sell. She went to market all on a market day, and she fell asleep on the king's highway. There came by a peddler, whose name was Stout. He cut her petticoats all round about. He cut her petticoats up to the knees, which made the old woman to shiver and freeze. When the little old woman first did wake, she began to shiver and she began to shake. She began to wonder, and she began to cry, "Lauk a mercy on me, this can't be I." But if it be I, as I hope it be, I've a little dog at home, and he'll know me. If it be I, he'll wag his little tail, and if it be not I, he'll loudly bark and wail. Home went the little woman all in the dark. Up got the little dog, and he began to bark. He began to bark, so she began to cry, "Lauk a mercy on me, this is none of I." Bobby Snooks. Little Bobby Snooks was fond of his books, and loved by his usher and master. But naughty Jack Spry, he got a black eye, and carries his nose in a plaster. The Little Moppet. I had a little moppet, I put it in my pocket, and fed it with corn and hay. There came a proud beggar, and swore he should have her, and stole my little moppet away. I saw a ship a-sailing. I saw a ship a-sailing on the sea, and oh, it was all laden with pretty things for thee. There were comfits in the cabin, and apples in the hold. The sails were made of silk, and the masts were made of gold. The 24 sailors that stood between the decks were 24 white mice with chains about their necks. The captain was a duck, with a packet on his back, and when the ship began to move, the captain said, "Quack, quack." A walnut. As soft as silk, as white as milk, as bitter as gall, a strong wall, and a green coat covers me all. The Man in the Moon. The man in the moon came tumbling down, and asked the way to Norwich. He went by the south, and burnt his mouth with eating cold peas porridge. One he loves. One he loves, two he loves, three he loves, they say. Four he loves with all his heart, five he casts away. Six he loves, seven she loves, eight they both love. Nine he comes, 10 he tarries, 11 he courts, 12 he marries. Bat, bat. Bat, bat, come under my hat, and I'll give you a slice of bacon. And when I bake, I'll give you a cake, if I am not mistaken. Hark, hark. Hark, hark, the dogs do bark, beggars are coming to town. Some in jags, and some in rags, and some in velvet gown. The Hart. The hart he loves the high wood, the hare she loves the hill. The knight he loves his bright sword, the lady loves her will. My love, saw ye aught of my love a coming from the market? A peck of meal upon her back, a baby in her basket? Saw ye aught of my love a coming from the market? The man of Bombay. There was a fat man of Bombay, who was smoking one sunshiny day, when a bird called a snipe flew away with his pipe, which vexed the fat man of Bombay. Poor old Robinson Crusoe! Poor old Robinson Crusoe! Poor old Robinson Crusoe! They made him a coat of an old nanny goat. I wonder why should they do so? With a ring-a-ting-tang and a ring-a-ting-tang, poor old Robinson Crusoe. A sieve. A riddle, as I suppose, 100 eyes and never a nose. My maid Mary. My maid Mary, she minds the dairy, while I go a-hoeing and mowing each morn. Gaily run the reel and the little spinning wheel, while I am singing and mowing my corn. A difficult rhyme. What is the rhyme for porringer? The king he had a daughter fair, and gave the Prince of Orange her. Pretty John Watts. Pretty John Watts, we are troubled with rats. Will you drive them out of the house? We have mice too in plenty, that feast in the pantry, but let them stay and nibble away. What harm in a little brown mouse? Good advice. Come when you are called, do what you're bid, shut the door after you, and never be chid. I love sixpence. I love sixpence, a jolly, jolly sixpence. I love sixpence as my life. I spent a penny of it. I spent a penny of it. I took a penny home to my wife. Oh, my little fourpence, a jolly, jolly fourpence. I love fourpence as my life. I spent twopence of it. I spent twopence of it, and I took twopence home to my wife. Bye, baby bunting. Bye, baby bunting. Father's gone a-hunting, mother's gone a-milking, sister's gone a-silking, and brother's gone to buy a skin to wrap the baby bunting in. Tom, Tom, the piper's son. Tom, Tom, the piper's son, stole a pig, and away he run. The pig was eat, and Tom was beat, and Tom ran crying down the street.